Hello, I'm Yoko, and it's time for another Pokemon Gijinkas video where I draw some somewhat random Pokemon as humans. I've done, I believe, 7 other videos of this already, which you can check out if you want below. But yeah, let's just hop in. First up is Zarude, and if you're new, I randomize a gender based on the Pokemon's gender ratio. Zarude are genderless, so this character falls under the non-binary umbrella. I'm also going to say I don't know too much about Zarude except what I saw on Bulbapedia and a quick YouTube search of how to say the name. Since I haven't seen the movie they appear in and I don't know if they're ever available in-game through some event or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going mostly off of Dex entries and the picture. I'm also not personally a fan of most monkeys in real life, and with some lemurs being an exception, but this one's not really standing out even though I know it's like a lemur. That being said, I allow myself to take some liberties with how human I make the legendary/mythicals look in my designs. So I kept the gray on Zarude as the skin tone and kept their eyes looking the same as the actual Pokemon since the colors were really cool, and I gave them sharp claws. I also couldn't unsee Zarude having a beard, so I gave them one, which, quick note, non-binary people do not owe anyone androgyny. Keep that in mind in real life and stuff. Though I do think it would have been cool if instead of the weird free-ring shirt thing I gave them, I had some top surgery scars for the top ring of it. Missed opportunity, but let's just say they have them anyway. You just can't see them. I made their belt try to resemble Zarude's tail, and I slapped some big heels on them because why not? Other details I think are pretty much self-explanatory, so yeah, here's Zarude. This one was pretty tough for me, but I tried, and I hope you guys like the end result. But yeah, let's just move on. Next up is Wooper, who the randomizer rolled to be a girl, which Woopers do actually have a gender difference that I know of, and girls have one less gill antenna looking thing on the base than like the basic Wooper pick does. So I gave her pigtails with the ties resembling those, which also works because I like making the unevolved Pokemon look younger most of the time. I think it's cute. Though this made me realize that I should really be checking for any other subtle gender differences in like Pokemon, so I wonder if I missed any of those in my drawings. But yeah, I wanted to hide her arms since Wooper have none, so I gave her, thank you, Kit Kat. So I gave her what was supposed to be a part, like some sort of rain poncho thing, because, you know, water type. And I added 3 stripes on it to resemble what looks like the upside down Wi-Fi symbol on Wooper's chest. And this overall look kind of reminds me of Ralsei from Deltarune, like silhouette-wise, which I've only seen a playthrough of back when it came out, and I should check out more of it, considering there's more now. But back to the art. To finish up the design, I gave her big rain boots with some of the pinky purple from her hair ties coming back for some color diversity, since the design overall is very blue. But yeah, here's my Wooper. I think she's super cute, and you guys can decide if she actually has her arms under there or not. Hope you liked the drawing, but with that, we're moving on. Next up was Galarian Weezing, who was rolled to be a boy, which I was happy for a couple reasons, because now I can put a mustache on him, and also because I've drawn Cantonian Weezing, and they were rolled to be a girl. This is also the first regional variant in general to pop up in my Gijinkas videos, which I think is cool. But drawing another Weezing leads to the question once again of, what do I do with the second head? Do I draw 2 people? Last time I just gave her like a baby, but I was struggling in the behind the scenes planning stage trying to figure out what to do for him until I decided to give him a furry friend. So he has a cat now, and I love them. Wish me luck whenever I get to doing something like Dugtrio, by the way. Wait, there's 2 variants of Dugtrio too. Oh no. That'll be fun. I also wanted to avoid giving him a pipe or something because Galarian Weezing's whole thing, I think, is purifying the air. I also slapped a hat on him and his cat because how can I not? And since his hat goes off the screen, like the canvas screen, I'm just gonna let you guys imagine how tall it actually is. Maybe it never stops. Then I did weird stuff with his outfit. Don't ask what he's wearing under his suit, but I needed to put Weezing's pattern on him somewhere. So he looks a little funky, but I really like the end result. Maybe it's the cat. It's probably the cat. But yeah, here's Galarian Weezing. I think he looks a little steampunk-ish, but I don't know. Hope you guys like the design and the drawing. Now let's move on to the next one, which is Vanillite. And the randomizer decided she would be a girl. And side note, I think this Pokemon line is really cute and that it got way too much hate for no reason, just for being the quote-unquote ice cream Pokemon. Anyway, I started by drawing a younger girl and styled her hair into a white poof on top to resemble Vanillite's head. I gave her a dress that poofs out a bit and put a diamond pattern towards the bottom that resembles an ice cream cone base that Vanillite has. And I gave her a poofy white collar of sorts. And I am saying too many variations of poof in this description already. I gave her white tights with a sparkle design on them to add more white to the design to try to even out with the blue. And I also thought a darker skin tone would pop a lot with all these lighter colors, so I went with that. But yeah, it's a pretty simple design, so there's not much to talk about. So here's Vanillite. I think she turned out super cute, and I really like her, so hopefully you do too. Because we're moving on to one I was not excited to draw. Next up was Throh. Throws have a 100% male gender ratio, so no need to roll. And I'm going to say right now that I am not too big a fan of most humanoid Pokemon. I feel like in the grand scheme of cool creature possibilities, the ones that you can look at and just say, that's just a guy, are kind of weird. And they also tend to do this a lot with fighting types. Though I'm not saying I dislike all of these, I am looking at Throh, Sock, the Matchup line, the Hitmons, Hariyama, Metacham, the Timber line. Just, there's too many. With that said, sorry if you do like Throh. I tried to make a good design regardless. But also, there's not a lot to work with when the Pokemon already has a full outfit and looks like a dude. So I just wrapped some red bandages around his feet and hands and some fingers to add more red. And I also taped his fingers together to make it look like he only had 3, but I don't know if that comes off well. I gave him red hair and styled it to resemble that big T that has Throh's face along with the big eyebrows I gave him. I also got this pose by either Googling judo pose or typing that into Pinterest. Honestly, can't remember right now. I will say I tried to make him a thicker type of bulky, but don't know if that comes off well and I need to practice that more. But yeah, here's Throh. While I don't like the Pokemon, I think the drawing turned out okay. I hope you guys like him. Let's move on to the Pokemon with designs I can work with more. Last up was Galarian Slowbro, and we have 2 Galarian forms in this video, which is neat. And the randomizer decided that this would be a boy. I'm gonna be honest, I struggle a lot in the pre-planning of this, and I asked a friend for some help, but all she could see was a kid playing on the beach, which I thought would be more fitting for a future normal Slowpoke. I also haven't gotten the Shield DLC, so I've never used one of these, and I'll be honest, I thought this was a water poison type while trying, so oops. But anyway, while reading the Dex entry, it said it mentions that it spits poison from the shell on its arm. And that made me think of, Ink Master whenever the ink machine explodes. So I thought, what if he was a tattoo artist and I could put a tattoo of the Shelder on his arm? Which I am super proud of, by the way. I like how that looks. I gave him purple gloves, which I'm going to say are supposed to be those black tattoo gloves that artists wear. I put him in a pink shirt with lighter bits and a cream apron thing on him to resemble, that part of the Slowbro. I also gave him messy purple hair and what was supposed to be funky goggles that look like Slowbro's ears, but I think I failed at making them look like goggles, but oh well. Then after I finished, I realized Galarian Slowbro was a poison psychic type finally, and that I had looked at the type wrong. I think I just looked at Bulbapedia and saw Slowbro and Mega Slowbro and Galarian Slowbro in the middle, and just saw the water on the two other ones and the poison on the Slowbro for Galarian, and I mixed it up. But yeah, whoops. But yeah, here's my Galarian Slowbro. I really like him, and I think he's a funky little dude. I hope you like him too. What was your favorite design in this batch? It's quite the group. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe, and check out my Insta below if you're interested in more of my art. I also have commissions open there if you'd like to support me that way. But with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace!